There is a silent judgment being prepared against you right now, and what I'm about to reveal will shake everything you thought you understood about your life struggles. Listen closely, because tonight, yes, this very night, there is a divine court session scheduled, and you are the defendant. But here's what they didn't tell you, what you weren't supposed to know. An archangel has disguised himself as your lawyer, and he's been hunting through heaven's records, building your defense while you slept, while you worried, while you thought you were alone. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you in this revelation. This is not about religion. This is about the invisible court that's been in session over your life, and the advocate you never knew was fighting for you. Every time you felt that crushing weight of guilt for no specific reason, every time shame washed over you without a clear memory to attach it to, every time you sensed you were being watched, evaluated, measured, it wasn't paranoia. Something huge is waiting for you in this message. There are forces that have been building a case against you, documenting every mistake, every moment you fell short, every time you chose yourself over someone else's expectations. Fate has been writing. Karma has been calculating. And the shadows, oh, the shadows of your past, they've been gathering evidence, preparing to testify. Give me the shame you carry. Shame keeps you small. It tells you that you are only your worst moment. That is a lie. I see you whole. Broken places and bright seems alike, and I call you beloved. When you hand me your shame, I will give you back a quiet dignity. You will move through life differently. Not proud, not crushed, simply true. Bring me your doubts. Doubt is natural when you meet the unknown. Bring your questions, the angry ones, the questioning ones, the soft uncertainties. I welcome your curiosity. I will not punish it. I will meet your questions with patient presence and small truths you can touch with honest actions. A kind word, a brave step, a care offered. Slowly the fog will lift. Give me the part of you that clings to control. Let go of the illusion that gripping harder will keep what you love safe. The tighter you hold, the more it slips. Release your grasp. I will teach you how to hold with open hands. You will learn stewardship that frees instead of cages, a wise keeping rather than a desperate clutch. Give me your hunger for people's approval. Praise is fragile and often fails. My approval steadies. I rejoice when you choose what is honest and kind over what wins applause. Seek me first, and the applause that truly matters will follow, or it will simply fade, leaving you lighter. Bring me your anger, the quiet ember, the loud flare, the justified outrage, the confused heat. Don't bury it until it poisons you. Bring it. I will hear you. I will help you discover what anger can become. A force for change, an honest voice that points to what needs repair. I will also show you how anger can soften into mercy when it is held lightly and turned toward healing. Give me the fear that you are not enough. You were never made to be flawless. You were made to be yourself. I formed you with sharp edges and gentle places, with gifts and limits. When you give me that fear, I will remind you of the moments you surprised yourself when you helped, when you loved, when you stood instead of fleeing. Those moments are my evidence of who you are. Give me your loneliness. I will sit with you. I will not fill the silence with shallow words. I will be a faithful companion in the quiet. Sometimes you will feel me as warmth inside your chest. Sometimes I will send people into your life who echo my voice. You are not abandoned. You are never alone. Give me your plans, the large and the small. Tell me what you hope for. I will breathe gentle wisdom into your hopes. I do not snuff out dreams. I refine them. I may ask you to bend some and release others, but never to become less than what you imagine. I will guide your steps so they match the good things that wait ahead. Give me your work and your rest. Many of you treat productivity as the only virtue. Rest is holy too. When you hand both your labor and your leisure to me, I will teach you rhythm. You will learn to work without frantic fear and to rest without nagging guilt. Your hands will do what they must, and your heart will know why. Bring me your children, your family, your friendships, the tender and the flawed. I will help you love them well. Love needs different things at different times. Sometimes clear boundaries, sometimes forgiveness, sometimes a steady presence. I will give you the courage to set healthy limits and the tenderness to stay when others stumble. When you step into the work of mending, I will help repair what's broken. Give me the places where you failed to be brave. Courage doesn't mean fear disappears. It means choosing to act even when fear is present. Bring your hesitation. I will nudge you towards small acts of bravery. A conversation that must be spoken, an apology that must be offered, a first step toward a dream that has waited too long. Each small yes to courage builds you into someone who can face larger things. Bring me your grief. Grief is a path you must walk, not something to rush past. I will walk with you. I won't sweep sorrow away or mute your tears. I will hold them. Over time, grief changes shape, from a raw, sharp wound to a gentle ache that honors what you loved. In that softening, gratitude finds room, and new life begins to grow. Give me your desire for justice, the deep hunger that wrongs be made right. I do not love injustice. Bring your righteous anger and your work for fairness. I will stand with those who lift up the oppressed and open your eyes to where your help is most needed. Sometimes justice requires quiet mercy. Sometimes it calls for bold action. I will guide your steps. Bring me your joy, your laughter, the little surprises that make your heart lift. Joy is a small flame I plant inside you. Don't hide it. Let it glow. Celebrate goodness. Sing, dance, savor ordinary moments. When you hand me your joy, it becomes a light others can feel and be warmed by. Give me the habits that bind you. Anything that steals your focus from what is true and kind, bring it to me. Habits can change, not through harshness, but by steady substitution. Replace what poisons with what gives life. A walk, an honest conversation, a quiet morning. Small routines can become lifelines. Bring me your doubts about calling. If you wonder what you were made for, bring that question. I will show you where your gifts fit. Callings take many shapes. Sometimes they are quiet and steady. Sometimes they are loud and public. Sometimes they are simply faithful care in everyday life. I will open doors for you, not always dramatic, but often exactly right. Give me the part of you that fears failure in love. Love requires risk. It asks that you give away pieces of yourself. When you hand me that fear, I will teach you to love both wisely and boldly. True love is not careless. It is generous, thoughtful, inviting trust and returning it. It makes safe spaces where others can be honest and whole. Bring me revenge and grudges you plan to carry. These burdens weigh heavy. Put them down. Use your strength to build and heal, not to break. Choosing forgiveness does not excuse wrongs. It frees your heart to move again. Give me your curiosity. Do not stop asking. Curiosity leads to wonder. When you seek to learn, to listen, to understand, you reflect the creative heart that made you. I will feed your curiosity with truth, beauty, and mystery. Stay hungry in the best ways. Give me the small decisions you think don't matter. They matter more than you know. How you speak to the person behind the counter. How you answer your child. The choice to be honest about a tiny thing. These are the stitches of a life. Give them to me, and I will help you stitch well. Bring me your seasons, doubt and laughter, silence and song. Life has weather. Some storms are needed so the soil becomes ready. Some winters prepare the ground for spring. Trust the seasons. I am with you in every one, shaping you so you can hold sorrow and delight at once. Give me your prayers when words fail. When you cannot form sentences, breathe. I hear the ache hidden in your silence. I know the shape of your longing even when you cannot name it. Speak simply or stay quiet. Your heart is a language I already understand. Bring me your fear of death. It is natural to be afraid. Tell me. I will meet you there with a steadiness that softens sharp edges. Life reaches deeper than what your eyes can see. Love does not end in the dark. It changes form. When you place that fear in my hands, I will walk with you into the unknown and show you how every ending opens a doorway to something new. Give me your plans for tomorrow and your worries about today. Balance courage with discernment. I will help you prepare without letting anxiety drive you. Take steps, but do not be driven by panic. I will teach you to be careful and free at the same time. Give me the longing to be noticed. I see you. I notice the small, unseen acts you do. The things you do without an audience are beautiful to me. You are never invisible to the one who made you. Give me the difficult loves, the people who frustrate you, the relationships that wound. Love them in small, faithful ways. Sometimes presence is not rescue. It's simply showing up. You're steady. Ordinary kindness can do more than grand gestures. I will multiply your smallness into something powerful and good. Ask me your questions about the unfairness you see. The world often falls short of how it should be. I grieve with you. I invite you to join the mending. Feed the hungry. Stand beside the lonely. Speak for those who have no voice. When you act, do it without chasing praise. When you give, do it with gladness. Bring me what makes you proud as well. Pride could trip you up, but a quiet, honest pride in a job well done is not shameful. Celebrate with thankfulness, and let humility weave through that celebration. Give me your slow, boring days. In stillness, creativity takes root. Some of the most important things in your life began in moments that felt empty. Be patient with slow growth. Water it. I will bring the warming light when the season is right. Show me how you're already loving. I notice. I rejoice in your small mercies. Keep doing them. Each kind act is a seed. I am the one who helps it grow into something larger than you can see. Offer me your willingness to change. This is one of the loveliest gifts you can give. Change is rarely easy. It asks for humility and steady effort. When you open yourself to it, I will meet you with grace and daily help. Give me your heart as trust. Trust is not blind. It is learned by practice. Start small, a brief prayer, a quiet moment, a choice to step forward when your old instinct was to step back. Each small act of trust expands the next. One day you will look back and marvel at how far you have come. If you give me your heart, here is what I promise. I will walk with you now in your real life. I won't promise to erase every pain, but I will promise presence in the pain. I won't promise a life without trials, but I will promise a presence that does not abandon you. I will teach truer courage and deeper peace. I will bring people into your life who help you grow. I will open doors at the right time and gently close those that would harm you. Listen now with the part of you that is steady and awake. I'm not giving you a long list of rules to crush you under duty or fear. I call you because I love who you are becoming, and because listening changes what happens inside you. Hear me simply. To listen with your whole heart changes everything. Not because I demand mindless obedience, but because it makes your life truer, freer, kinder, and more whole. Listen first because I know you. I made you of breath and story. I know the secret places where shame hides, the quiet corners where doubt waits, and the tiny sparks of hope you sometimes miss. When you listen with your whole heart, you invite someone who knows you completely into the daily work of your life. You bring light to what you have kept in the dark. You turn confusion into clarity. No one else sees the exact pattern of longing and gift in your life the way I do. Listen because it frees you from inventing meaning on your own. Many of you live as if you must make everything up alone, creating rules to hold anxiety at bay or stacking achievements to feel enough. That is heavy. Listening gives you a map and a companion. I do not hand you a rigid plan that strangles joy. I give you direction and presence. When you orient your choices with me, you stop reacting in panic and begin moving with steady purpose. Small daily choices stop being survival tricks and become steps along a meaningful path. Listen because the world is loud with voices that would steal your heart for their own aims. Culture will ask you to be both small and dazzling, to buy, to perform, to impress. Power will whisper that force keeps you safe. Fear will try to steer you. When you listen to me with your whole heart, you begin to tell those voices apart. My voice helps you test, sift, and ask why something calls to you. I do not want blind followers. I want lovers who choose freely. That freedom grows when you learn to hear me beneath the noise. Listen because it heals what is broken. You carry wounds from past choices, from sharp words, from closed doors. I do not pretend suffering has no reason. But when you listen, you let my hand touch those wounds. Healing is slow and often requires work, but it comes. Listening opens places you kept shut. It loosens shame's grip and turns raw pain into a shaping memory rather than a defining one. A heart that listens learns to forgive and to accept forgiveness, and that changes relationships more profoundly than any rule ever could. Listen because it gives your work meaning. The daily tasks, the caring, the teaching, the fixing, the sweeping, are not small to me. When done in love, they are sacred. When you truly listen, I show you how ordinary tasks connect to greater purpose. Your day gains dignity. You begin to see that careful, honest work done with attention and kindness is a form of worship, not duty for duty's sake, but the discovery that your hands can hold meaning in simple things. Listen because I call you to love, not to judge. It's easy to hide behind rules and feel safer than you are willing to be kind. But I don't ask you to stay distant. I call you into the messy work of loving people who disappoint you, who are different from you, or who hurt you. When your heart learns to hear, your judgments soften. You start asking, what good can I do? Rather than, how right am I? Love is hard, but it is always truer than contempt. Listen because it trains your soul in courage. Obedience born of fear makes brittle people who crack under pressure. Obedience chosen from love builds steady courage. You will be asked to move when it's easier to stay put, to speak when silence feels safer. Listening becomes a practice of small, faithful choices that add up to bold living. Each act of loving obedience makes the next one feel more possible. Listen because it protects you from deception. Some ways of living gleam now, but lead to ruin. Quick gains that cost your integrity, relationships that ask you to forget yourself, pleasures that numb what matters. My voice is the quiet one that points toward life. You will still face temptation and make mistakes. I do not promise immunity, but listening sharpens your sight. You'll notice traps sooner and choose what lasts. Wisdom often looks like saying no to something shiny now, so you can say yes to what endures. Listen because it gives you rest. Many carry a restless demand to earn their worth every hour. Rest is part of creation. It is not a luxury. When you learn to listen, you learn when to work and when to rest. You'll stop measuring your value by endless output. Rest deepens joy, clarifies your work, and renews your spirit. Listen because it expands your imagination for the good. Laws tell you what not to do. Listening helps you see what to build. It opens your mind to imagine communities where people flourish, a place where truth, beauty, and justice meet. When your heart listens, you don't merely avoid harm. You create goodness. Listen because it anchors your identity. So many lives spin out because worth is tied to roles, looks, or success. When you listen, you hear who you are beneath all that. Beloved, that truth steadies you through loss and celebration alike. You can carry praise without swelling and carry failure without being crushed, because your worth does not depend on passing circumstances. Listen because it brings a joy that does not depend on results. Happiness comes and goes with weather. Joy is something deeper that rests in relationship with me and in a life ordered rightly. When you listen, you learn to find reasons for gladness that do not depend on what the world gives. Joy becomes a companion, not a prize. Listen because it deepens your ability to love rightly. There's a world of difference between loving from need and loving from fullness. When your heart is filled with steadiness, you can love without needing the other to be what you want. You bless instead of use. You hold instead of clutch. Your love becomes a mirror that reflects health and invites others to flourish. Listen because it trains your conscience. A tender conscience notices pain, sees hypocrisy, and calls for correction. Listening refines that inner sense. It helps you speak when injustice is present and stay quiet when pride needs to subside. Conscience without tenderness becomes harsh. Tenderness without truth sinks into sentimentality. Listening helps you hold both. Listen because it gives you a future to hope for. Hope without a source can be empty. Hope connected to me becomes a steady horizon. I don't promise a life without trouble, but I promise a story that moves toward good. When you listen, You live as someone who believes suffering is not the final word, and whose choices help shape a larger healing. Hope fuels patience, strength, and steady action. So listen, not because you must, but because you will live more fully. Listen not to escape burden, but to find true rest beneath it. Listen not to obey a distant command, but to answer a friend who knows you and walks beside you. Give me your eager ear, your honest doubt, your broken places, your joys. Make listening a daily practice, a breath, a pause, a question, an act of kindness, and watch how your life is reshaped. Amen. Truly understand. An advocate who doesn't just know your crimes, but knows your heart. Who doesn't just see your falls, but sees your brave decision to stand up again every single time. My beloved child, tonight you were defended in a court you couldn't see by an advocate you didn't know you had. The judgment that was prepared has been suspended. The sentence has been stayed. The shadows have been pushed back by light that knows your name and refuses to let it be erased from heaven's records, not as a list of crimes, but as a testimony of growth. Stay till the end, because something huge has already happened. You've been given another chance. Not because you earned it through perfection, but because an archangel saw in you something worth defending, something worth fighting for, something that deserves to continue. Walk forward now knowing someone believes in you. Walk forward knowing the court has ruled in favor of your potential, not against your past. Walk forward knowing that every day you choose growth over giving up. Every moment you choose light over surrendering to shadows. You're proving your advocate's defense was right. You are not your worst moment. You are your entire journey. You are not your deepest shame. You are your hardest won wisdom. You are not your shadows. You are the light that refuses to be completely extinguished no matter how dark it gets. The trial continues. Life is a trial, but tonight's verdict changes everything. You're not condemned. You're not abandoned. You're defended, advocated for, and believed in by forces that operate on frequencies you can't always perceive, but you can always trust. Something huge is waiting for you. A life lived under grace rather than condemnation. A future written by your choices rather than your past. A story where the shadows make the light that much more beautiful, where the falls make the risings that much more powerful, where the humanity makes the divinity that much more real. My beloved child, this is the closing moment of tonight's session. Not because trials end, they continue until we take our last breath, but because tonight's judgment has been decided. You stand defended. Your advocate has done his work with such skill that even fate itself acknowledged your right to continue writing your story. The Archangel removes his lawyer's disguise now that the case is closed for tonight. His wings unfold. His light fills spaces you didn't know were dark, and he speaks words that echo through every part of your being. You are worth defending. You are worth believing in. You will be worth everything you're about to become. Don't skip this final truth. Wisdom doesn't come from never falling. It comes from falling and choosing to rise. Your shadows don't define you. Your response to them does. Your past doesn't determine your future. Your choices right now do. Something huge has already arrived. It's a verdict of grace, a judgment of potential, a ruling that says, continue, grow, transform. You are not finished yet, and neither is your advocate finished believing in you. You are defended. You are advocated for. You are believed in. The shadows tried to testify against you, but the light testified for you. The demons tried to condemn you, but an archangel defended you. The judgment that was prepared for tonight has been overturned. Walk forward into tomorrow knowing someone fought for your right to have one. You are safe. You are seen. You are worthy of the defense you received. And you are ready for everything ahead.